Hey, how are you guys doing today? I hope amazing. I'm going to get chat up real quick and then we're going to continue with our writing of our sci fi novel. If you're just tuning in, we're writing a dark fantasy sci fi novel set in a post apocalyptic galaxy in which there's been a massive conflict that brought about the interest of horrors upon our dimension, in which we're years and years past the entrance of the horrors. The belief is basically that they have receded and are no longer around. Mankind, of course, has been out and starting to re explore space and everything else. Of course, our original conflict was between, well, basically, it's a complex conflict in which there was tensions between the humans and the elves. And then, of course, the Tyriad, or Myriad, I apologize, which is from another galaxy, started expanding into this galaxy, went to war. The elves drug the humans into the war. During this giant war, what ends up happening is enough death, destruction, and everything else starts happening that it piques the interest of the powerful creatures that are within another dimension. They, of course, breach through into this dimension, causing absolute destruction and death. And then what happens from there is mankind and everybody else that does survive retreats and basically hides themselves away um, for many years. And we've all have that up in 1 second. Let me get our chat up. I'm pseudo awake. It's 5 a.m. So, great time to start writing some stuff, right? Hope you guys are having a great morning. Hey, I hope you're having a great morning, Eleanor. Or, man, I keep on saying Eleanor. I don't know why. Eleanor, I think is how you say your. Ironically, we just named our main characters this morning Elena. I googled Romanian names for girls. Yeah, I know. And so we've got a basic outline. It's not a massive outline. I'm going to just let you guys know. I'm going to go over the prologue with you. This will probably be messed with later on a little bit. So, our prologue is in a galaxy brought to ruin from an intergalactic conflict between the myriad and the populations of the humans and elves. I probably could get rid of populations of the boom. Humans and elves. The climax of destruction became so great with death. Oh, okay. I am still on Cyrene, yes. Um, the climax of destruction became so great with death caused by. See, I'm going to change the wording there. Obviously, I don't like that. Luckily, we're in our first draft still, so it doesn't matter. We're going to be starting chapter 1 and getting chapter 1 likely done today, by the way. Um, with death caused by the wielding of great magical forces, psionics, and technology, that it brought attention to our dimension from ancient beings beyond our understanding. I'm going to put the brought about in there right now, but we all know that I don't like this, right? So I'm going to put like this so that we know that we're going to mess with this later on. I don't like it. I'm going to put it in blue. We're going to issue blue is rewrite because we know that I don't like that. Does that make sense? Okay, so next, these ancient horrors soon breached through the barriers between their own dimension and ours, unleashing destruction beyond comprehension and leading to the decimation of most worlds, using everything at their disposal, many of the societies hid away for 226 years, waiting for the tide of destruction to rescind. After no sign of the horrors that had breached the dimension, mankind and other races began emerging from their hiding places and pushing back into space. Now, after 25 years, the tensions between old and new factions are rising, even as long forgotten threats promise to reemerge. Okay, so we know that. So here's what I'm going to tell you what I have decided, just so you guys know. I'm going to change the tense that we're in. See how I was struggling to wake up and bring himself to a non-stupid state? Sam felt. So that was going to be in some kind of omnipresent sense. Let's just be honest. I don't like that because I don't think that that's going to be like a big connection with our character from an omnipresent state. So, right off the bat, we're going to probably be rewriting this section. Luckily, we're not anywhere in the other stuff. We know Act 1 is going to be basically a heist. We know Act 2 is going to be kind of part of the hero's journey stuff. And we know Act 3, we don't know crap about it. Like, we literally will discover where Act 3 goes. I know long term, we're planning on not sucking as the character. So, the character, just so you guys know, he's a mess. He's a he doesn't have his technomancy powers, which is, of course, the magical ability to influence and manipulate technology. Those have not been unlocked. Those are latent within him. Now, I got to remember what we called it because honestly, I'm not 1,000,000% awake yet. So let's just be honest. We've got a lot of disposable characters. I'm going to let you know a lot of people are going to die. Sam Aiden, the main character, is from the Confederation of Planets. He has lived on one of the largest industrial space stations for his whole life. He is a junkie and a womanizer, and he's a technopath, which is, of course, psychic abilities that allow you to influence and manipulate technology, right? Okay, so as we understand, we're going to have this guy intelligent. He basically uses none of his skills to do anything but to get his next high or sleep with the next girl. Conquest after conquest, right? Um, we're going to be starting out, of course, with the not too happy, not a breakup. Okay, claim your points real quick. Um, and I'll be on later on. Let me write down this stuff. It lets me know anyway, but I can write this down. Having you guys' names is good. And I'll be on after this, but it'll be a little bit later because I have to do business meetings too at some time today. I probably could get on right after this, to be honest. Okay, I've got it written down. I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, so let's figure out how we're gonna switch this to be in um, first person. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be honest. I think we could just start off in first person, right? Okay. Oh, boom. See, they're already. Oh, and you know what? I'm not gonna as. Boom. Okay. As I felt the disconnection of the data link. Okay. Okay. And so this is where we're first going to get the girl's name. Grab her up here. Elena. I don't have her memorized yet. Guys, that'll be later on. Hey, Zuck. Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having an awesome day. We figured out that I didn't like the tense. I was listening. Okay, you guys, right off the bat, I also want to give a shout out to these reading resources. So, reading resources that I'm using to learn how to write this story and stuff like that are Tell Foundry and Quinn's Ideas, which let you have a great understanding of fiction, character development, stuff like that. And on the technical writing part, well, I'm listening to a lot of videos by Brandon Sanderson. Brandon Sanderson is a well known author. He's pumped out of a lot of books. He's epically intelligent. I'd consider him a worthwhile type resource. Honestly, all those resources up there, guys, they're super good resources. So here's what's going to have happened. He knew the night before that this was a last rodeo situation with this girl. Okay? Just so you guys are wondering, this was like a one last hookup situation with an ex. Okay? An ex he super has always liked, but he's never had his crap together enough to not mess up that relationship. So boom, boom. Now it's her date, as I felt the disconnection of Elena's data leak. I'm trying to think of how to. Okay, boom. We can get rid of that. And we can go like this. During the last night to each. Okay, so listen to this. I struggled to wake and bring myself to a non stupid state as I felt the disconnection of Elena's data link from my cyber deck. Period. No, it's comma. Okay, boom. That we had been using during the last night to share each other's experiences during, not there, boom. I know you guys are like, holy crap. Okay, I struggled to wake and bring myself to a non stupid state as I felt the disconnection of Elena's data link from my cyber deck. Oh, from, let's just say, the cyber deck. Data link from. Oh no, we need the from in there. Okay. And this does not need that. Boom. That we had been using during the last night. Let's go last nights. And then let's take this, copy, boom, pull that over there, right? Okay. Okay, so now we've got our first sentence of our book that's actually rewritten in the tense that we're going to be writing in. So I struggled to wake up and bring myself to a non-stupid state as I felt the disconnection of Elena's data link from the cyber deck that we had been using during the last nights. We can just actually get rid of that. During last night's sexual escapades, right? Boom, boom. Now I got to think because we've got to think about this really quick. Okay, so we know our characters broke last night. Okay, hold on. Let's think of how we're doing this because this is going to be where it gets complicated. So basically, it was the last hookup. This is an X. Mm. Dun, dun. Let's kick this down here because we know that a lot of this is gonna change. This whole section here, we might as well just throw that in the garbage. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it there so I can kind of keep an idea of what I was thinking at the the point. We're gonna have a wistful gaze moment. Don't worry. If you guys don't know what a wistful gaze moment is, that's where you have that whole epiphany and you sit there looking at some situation and you realize, hey, I just effed up. Okay. So any of the sex scenes in the future that will happen, I'm going to let you know. Those won't actually get written into like draft 3 because I don't want whatever they do when you write a sex scene on social media and they're like, hey, we'll demonetize you or something. I don't know. Okay, and this he. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we can put this one in here because this is still Okay, so obviously the data link allows you to share each other's pleasures and stuff. Let's separate this sentence so I can work on it separately. Last night was different though. She had always shared herself so freely. Okay, boom. There. I feel we have that, right? Hey, how you doing? Pals. I hope you're having a great day. Not really awake all the way yet, but we are chapter 1 in right now. We're about to have our first paragraph of stuff, right? Oh, I know that's exciting. Okay, so I struggled to wake and bring myself to a non-stupid state as I felt the disconnection of Elena's data link from the cyber deck that we had been using, okay, during last night's sexual escapades. Let's see. I feel we have too many spaces here. We do. And I had, okay, Elena and I had broken up almost a year before. Almost a year before. It ran into our last. You know what? This is a rough draft, so it doesn't have to be perfect yet. We'll get it making more sense later on. But we had always maintained a deep connection with each other. Oh, you know what? Okay, last night was different though. She had always shared her this thing. I really am gonna get one of those mic things so we don't have to deal with that. Last night was different though. She had always shared herself so freely, down to every moment of pleasure, especially when we were linked and giving ourselves to each other. Okay, so we know that that's what happened last night. They got out of control. Okay, boom. So we've got just like old times. It had started off just like old times. So that's our first. Oh, I see what's going on. Boom. There. Okay, so we've got that. We know that that's what's happening in that little right? Let's click. We now know we're at a new one, right? So now we're going to explain what happened the night before. Oh, I'm trying to change your name. So we'll fix that. So we don't want to leave this kind of sloppy writing, but we have to have something down to be able to revise it, right? So at this point, getting everything in is going to be the biggest thing, and we can always go back through and fix it later on. So let's think of what's happened. I had ran into Elena while hanging out with friends in the lower part of the city. Uh, we're on a station, so. Okay, so let's think. Do we have to add a places? Let's places. Let's grab this. Sorry about the sloppy typing this morning. It is barely 5:30, just so you guys know. So not gonna be. Boom. Okay. Okay. So he's from Doria Station. We'll grab that. We now know more about Doria Station, right? Okay. Okay, and we'll just get rid of this. Boom. I'm glad they got rid of that had there. I ran into Elena while hanging out with friends in the old part of the Dorios Industrial Station. Honestly, these friends will elaborate that more. Okay. And honestly, I haven't made up the name of the stuff they use, so let's just say in blue, right? We know that blue is we need to rewrite that section or that stuff. I'll make up, of course, what stuff it is later on. We don't need to have that made up right this second. Click. Boom. Oh, crap. Obviously, our stuff's not going to be called stuff, guys. Yeah, and I don't know exactly how emo-y we're going to get on writing this kind of stuff, so let's think about that part. Probably emo-y, not that emo-y. I don't know. I'm going to drink a little bit more coffee before we write some kind of coffee. Thank God for that stuff, right? we'll just leave that there. We'll want to add some kind of better detail than that later on. Honestly, that's kind of sloppy. This is when I noticed her, boom, looking at me, standing with her friends who had never really had much use for me. Well, I hope like this is rough draft, thank God, right? We'll hope that we get that better sounding. In fact, we know we'll get that better sounding. So we're at boom boom act 1. I'm going to kick this act 1 down here further to onto its own pages so we know where we're at, right? Okay. We know that he's broke, so we've got this out of the way, right? This part right here, we're going to kick down here. I don't even think that's going to happen there. This part we will kick up here. I'm going to copy paste this. We know she's going to be walking out in a second, right? And that'll literally get our, what are we going to have, like a 3-page chapter? Oh, no, that's like a, well, I don't know what that is. It's going to be very short. It doesn't have to be very long. Maybe we're writing a short story. I don't even know. Not even sure, guys. Let's figure that out. Put my shoes back on. We'll figure that out as we go, right? This will all get expanded out anyway. Let's see. We know that this is gone now. From there, we know that this goes down there because we already moved that. Boom. I feel we kind of know what we're doing now. I mean, I'm not saying we know what we're doing. Let's just be honest there, guys. So, okay, we can get rid of that. We already know that part. Now let's look over what's going on. Okay, I struggled to wake and bring myself to a non-stupid state as I felt the disconnection of Elena's data link from the cyberdeck that we had been using during last night's sexual escapades. Elena and I had broke up almost a year before I ran into her, so I think I need a comma in there, but we'll just move forward. Oh, the other night. And this is last night, we already know that. But we had always maintained a deep connection. Last night was different, though. She had always shared herself so freely, down to every moment of pleasure, especially when we were linked in giving ourselves to each other. Boom. Okay, this time was different, though, in almost every way. Boom. That's like that. There's pleasures in almost every way. Even though it started off just like old times. Now we know what to say here, right? Even though it started off just like old times. Mm. So because they're data linked, he's gonna know that something's up when they're messing around. You know what I'm saying? Because they linked in with a data link, so that they can share each other's stuff at each other. You know what I'm saying? So this time it was a somber. Boom. Boom. Okay. Think we've got that? Dun, dun, dun. I feel we have this paragraph reasonable. I'm not saying it's perfection or some kind of Shakespeare type stuff, right? Let's really figure this next section out. Okay. The previous night I had ran into Elena while, yeah, I'm saying that right, while hanging out with friends in the old part of the Dorios industrial station. I I think that we just say the station in all honesty. Do I need to say Dorios industrial station or do we define that later on? Let's pull this out, right? I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to zap it out. Okay, we had been in the old part of the station where most of the clubs. Okay, so I feel like this. Feel we don't need this. We'll change that. Obviously, it's not going to be stuff. I don't know what we're going to call whatever we're calling the stuff, but not going to be stuff. I don't think we have to. We can get rid of this. My friends, okay. And we don't have the name of the club yet, guys. We're gonna write past that. We got our places, Dorio Space Station. Was used for chemical. Boom. So I feel we got some stuff right there. Let's look at this. Good, they're all saving us. Okay, let's read this. Let's see how we're doing. The previous night I ran into Elena while hanging out with friends in the old part of the station. We had been in the old part. We don't need to restate there. Gone. They like gone more. We had gone to that part of the station. Okay, so we're going to pull this back. Okay. The previous night, I ran into Elena while hanging out with friends in the old part of the station. We had gone to that part of the station. We had gone to that part of the... I think we can just actually say there, right? No, we had gone to that part of there. No. I think that we can reword that and word it better. It's a rough draft though, so we're not going to get hung up on that, you guys. Just let you know. Okay, so let's move forward. I feel that some of this is redundant in here, and so that's going to definitely need fixed. Let's move past this because this is just the boom, boom. Okay, did we already say that things were weird? Okay, boom. Really think that that's a little sloppy. We'll fix this paragraph a little bit more. Hold on. That is when I noticed her looking at me, standing with her friends. See, yeah, I'm not liking how that reads. We'll move forward. Thank God for second, third, and fourth drafts, right? Most of this is going to get fixed in revision, guys. Just so you know. Like like flat out, this isn't going to be perfect. Remember I told you we're aiming between big goalposts like Sharknado and Shakespeare. Anywhere between those two we're cool with. Just going to say that. So let's think of how we're doing this. Okay, let's think. What color hair does our girl have? I don't have a hair color fetish, so I'm not that. Is she a redhead? Is she a brunette? Is she blonde? Let's roll a dice on this. Is brunette and brown the same thing? You know what? I think it is. Okay, so our options are red, blonde, brunette, or black hair. I've got a four-sided dice that's going to solve that situation. Okay, boom. You guys see this? Four-sided dice. I know you guys are excited. Two. Okay, she's blonde. Okay, that's easy. Boom. Now we go back up here. We now know she's blonde, so I want to put that in the, yeah, that's right. I called them, boom. That's how fast that happened, guys. In fact, she's blonde. I don't even know if we need this information, this next part. But we might need it. Just in case he reflects back after something bad happens. Or not. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, click to here. Mm, I don't think we. Boom, boom. You know what? I'm trying to think how we say this. Dialogue is not my strong point, so, but basically, she's about to, even though they're not going out, break up with him again. I know. The being broke up with by your broken up girlfriend, it's complicated. Boom. So now she's like, boom, boom, boom. Let's see what the crap. I think we have a space there that we don't need, right? Okay. Finally, the tension was cut as she spoke. Sam, I can't do this. No, I won't do this, right? Sounds like realistic crap. I've had girls mad at me before, so we're just drawing on the fact that girls have, I know some of you guys are girls that watch this, so I'm not saying that boys don't do this too, but let's just be honest. People go on diatribes. So this girl, she's gonna go planet side. She's getting her stuff together. This is her breaking up with him, even though, hey, Avalonus, good morning. Even though technically they're not even together. So, I mean, I don't know if you count that as a breakup or what, but. Mm, I really don't have a dialogue for him right now. So let's skip past the dialogue part and let's just write the word dialogue in here, right? And let's know that we're going to have dialogue and he's going to attempt to say something. I just personally don't know what that is right now, okay? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't think through the whole breakup part that well. I'm going to actually have to draw on some thinking for that. But we know at the end of this scene, she's not going to be there and she's going to leave, right? Um, he says, she's going to hope he does get his stuff together. I'll have to, we'll put this in blue too. Okay. So we don't know what she's going to say or what he's going to say. Obviously, he's going to say some crap about, hey, I'm going to get my crap together. Obviously, she's going to be like, hey, I hope you frickin' do. Boom. So we're moving past that part. We're just going straight to this part. Okay. I don't know what we're saying right here, but and in all honesty, this is why rough drafts exist, right? That's what my understanding is. It doesn't have to be perfect in the first draft, or the second draft, or the third draft. By draft five, we want it to be pretty freaking good, guys. Okay, so let's think about this. We know that he's gonna go to the window and watch her walk away, right? That's the wistful gaze moment. That's when he goes and he knows he got to get his crap together. Now, ironically, he's gonna then immediately go to hook up with some stuff because, like, of course, the woo woo, poor me. I need to deal with the fact I'm a total f up. I think I'm gonna go and have one last hurrah. Cause I don't know if you guys have ever been out of control at all in your life, but for some reason, when you're out of control, when you decide you're not going to be out of control, in your mind, you think that you need to have one last hurrah so you can get ready to not do anything. Instead of just not do anything, you're like, you know what I need to do? I need to go do a bunch of something so that then I can get ready to not do stuff. It's just how it is. I'm not the one that makes these things. The cosmos decides. Whatever, right? Okay. So we know that that's what he's going to do in chapter 2 is he's going to be out looking to be a freaking retard again. But we're not going to call it a retard. We're just going to say uh um so this is all one paragraph here. I'm not sure how to get the tense right. I'm not sure if we're staying in the same tense. Well, I don't know how I missed the B in there, but whatever. Early morning, guys. Ooh. So that's our wistful gaze moment. I don't like how that sounds at all, honestly. This whole section needs redone a little bit, but I guess it is the rough draft, so it's rough. Sat only for a second before moving to the window overlooking the walkway of the corridor below, just in time to watch as she came out, making her way slowly out of sight. Okay, we don't need as I watched because we already said we watched, right? We're going to state do we air or quotes on internal dialogue? Hmm. This is a woo woo moment. Let me think of how we woo woo properly, you guys. I think our quotes go on the inside of the period. Blah blah blah. Butthurt guy. I sat only for a second before moving to the window overlooking the walkway of the corridor below, just in time to watch as she came out, making her way slowly out of sight. Boom. Okay, so emotion spiked. I think we're in the wrong tense right here, guys. I'm gonna move forward anyway, wrong tense or not, cause we're gonna second draft and stuff like that. We're gonna fix a bunch of this. I'm gonna come back through on this on the weekend just so you guys know. So by next week when we're hitting this again, I'm gonna have this fixed, chapter one, just so you guys know, of Act One will be fixed. Now chapter two, frickin' Obviously, we know kind of what's going to go on in there, but that's definitely not fixed yet either, right? Okay, so this is have to really think here, you guys. I'm gonna get a little bit more coffee in me. I'm gonna try to get through this section right here. This is, the section we'll probably end it at, just to be honest, today. So I can figure out what I'm gonna do to fix it over the weekend and figure out the next section that we can write up on Wednesdays. It looks like we'll probably get about a chapter roughed in per session. I think that's about what I would expect, just to be honest. I'm not liking how some of this is worded, and I feel it could be done better. Just I'm just being honest, guys. And so I'm trying to figure out what exactly to say here. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's been so many years since I've had a breakup with somebody. Especially, I don't even remember the last time I had a non being mean at each other breakup. So I'm having a little bit of context missing. Having a hard time finding exactly what to say. I think we've all had that experience of, hey, like, WTF, what the crap, you know what I mean? But that was years ago, and so it's a little rough to draw upon some kind of solidified memory to have something solid to put here, you guys. Okay, I feel that this is where we're going to call it because I don't know where to go and I don't want to sit here too long just like looking at it. Over the weekend, I will have this fixed. You guys get what's happening. This is where we're ending it anyway, like at the moment that she walked away. So then he's going to convince himself that he is going to get himself together. He's going to have one last party. So so we'll put it in blue cuz this is going to be not really what happens, right? We'll go. I don't use hurrah a lot. Is that how we spell it? Hurrah. How do we spell hurrah? Oh well. Probably like that. Hurrah. Does anybody use the word hurrah ever? I'll Google it. We'll just Google the word hurrah. Hurrah. One last hurrah. Okay. Last. Okay. Boom. So, boom, in his mind, this is a real thing that happens, you guys. If you guys have never been around people that are out of control, when they ever, anytime they're going to quit, they're like, nah, I'm gonna need to grab one more thing, really have one last hurrah, and then I'm gonna quit. And usually it doesn't actually work like that, just so you guys know. But like, we'll pretend it does, right? For this guy's sake, it's gonna work like that. No, it isn't. Um, boom. That's where we're gonna end chapter one. Chapter two, because he's broke, he's gonna go and of course convince his friends to give him money to get a hookup from his dealer, so they can all have one last party. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay. So obviously at that point we're going to have a whole chapter in which boom, this is where he's going to get involved in some stuff. At this point we're going to start assembling things for the heist. That's right. He's not going to be sobered up by the heist. Um, when I said somebody will likely die, I meant somebody will die, but whatever. Let's pretend that that's not what's going to happen. I should just not even have likely. Someone will die. Let's just be honest. I'm going to kill somebody right there. We'll do it in a meaningful way, and somewhere right in here we'll make them likable. I'll probably make more than one person likable, and we'll figure out who we're killing. I don't know who that's going to be. I'm not going to tell you guys yet because I don't know. I mean, like, literally, this is all a shock to me as it's a shock to you. All I know is what kind of we're doing at this point. We've got a bunch of chapters, we've got some outline. At this point, obviously, I'm going to have to fix the tense of a lot of this. Boom. I'm not really happy with all of it yet, but we are moving forward. Um, Outside of that, that's where we're going to stop for today, you guys. I mean, like, I'm going to have to figure out all this stuff. I'll fix all this over the weekend, you guys. So don't worry. This is all going to be fixed. This whole chapter. I'll boom. I got you guys on it. But you guys do see what's the coming around of it. Obviously, we only have to do this a bunch more times and create an entire what happens in Act 3 because we don't even know. You know what I mean? Some redemption still imperfect by Act 2, though, you guys, right? So we know we've got a long ways from him not sucking. By the end of this book, this guy's not gonna suck, okay? So we have, hey, how you doing, Lord Baldrin? I hope you're having a great day. I always hope you guys are always having a great day. So we've got Act 1, Chapter 1 roughly in. Obviously, I need to do massive fixes on it over the weekend. On Wednesday, we'll start Chapter 2 for sure. We'll also read over Chapter 1 and we'll figure out if it sounds right because, like that's honestly going to be a issue. At this point, we roughly have it in. We don't know the name of the narcotic he's addicted to. Um, I'm doing awesome. We're a little hemmed up on some stuff. Um, but we've got a good chunk of our rough draft of one done. I know that we need some dialogue in here. I know that she's going to want him to finally get his crap together. I know he's going to tell himself he's going to get himself together. And he's going to do the whole addict thing where, like, yeah, I'm going to get myself together. What I need to do before I quit is go get a bunch of stuff and have one last hurrah. And then I'm going to get my stuff together. I'll show her type situation. Um, see, boom. Then we're going to go immediately into the chapter where he goes to score with his buddy's money from the crime boss who he already owes money to. Luckily, they know that he's a technopath and has the ability to use psionic powers to manipulate technology. They're going to have him manipulate some piece of technology in which the normal crime boss that's looking for somebody with that kind of skill is going to basically offer him a job. I don't believe we're going to let him know this stuff at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're going to keep that from him. Um, from there, it's going to turn into a heist type thing for the rest of Act 1, slash, he's still drugged out and he's going to get somebody killed. Okay? He's going to probably get more than one person killed. I don't know that much about how many people. Obviously, you guys see, spoiler alert, I do plan on having him betrayed. Just as a, hey, let's betray him. It's okay. I'm not sure who's going to betray him because we're doing this discovery writing style. So I actually don't know what's going to happen. We don't know Act 3 at all. I mean, like, by Act 3, he isn't a druggie anymore. And he obviously is going to have some of his powers unlocked a little better, a little bit more in control of stuff. By the end of Act 3, we'll know the end of the book. We'll be done. That's it. Okay, real quick, guys, I'm going to find somebody to raid over to because we like to do that. Boom. Uh, Boom. We're gonna raid over here, right here. Boom. I see who we're raiding to. This guy, he raided me yesterday. I'm raiding him back this morning. That's how we work. So, guys, I want to thank you very much for hanging out. Um, I'm just about to hop off. Over the weekend, I am gonna fix chapter one as much as possible. I know it's still a rough draft, but we want to fix it ish. By Wednesday, we are going to start chapter 2. By Friday, we're going to do chapter 3. Um, well, that's at least 2 chapters a week. I don't know. At least going to take us a month or two before we have draft 1, done. Just to be honest, guys. It could take us longer. Or we could start writing smooth as crap. I'm not really sure what will happen here. I know the middle of books is supposedly where it gets hard. I've never wrote a book before. I've just wrote academic pages and stuff like that. So we'll find out. We'll find out together. You guys have a great weekend and just stay epic. Peace and very best wishes.